From a sold-out Sullivan Gymnasium on the near west side of Cleveland at St. Ignatius High School, the Eagles Sports Network is on the air. Hi again, everybody, and welcome to the West Side Rivalry as St. Ed's gets ready to tangle with St. Ignatius. Hi again, everybody. I'm Adam Mendoza. Glad to have you along here on the Eagles Sports Network. Joining me, as always, it's been a long time. Almost a month since the last time he has been behind the microphone. Donnie O'Toole, Coach, welcome back. Happy New Year and all that good stuff as we get ready for the renewal of this West Side rivalry.
Can't think of a better way to get back in the groove of it by playing at Ignatius. It seems like a lot's going on. Talked a little bit about Coach Flan, the pregame about that. Excited to be here. It'll be a great opportunity for us tonight. Got a very competitive team, and we'll see how it plays out.
Well, the Eagles come into this game with an 8-2 record. They come off a nice weekend in Erie, Pennsylvania, where they beat Ignatius and Philadelphia MCS to win the Burger King Classic in Erie for the fourth time in that tournament's 38-year history. Meanwhile, the Eagles coming in, or I should say the Wildcats coming in, have lost 2 in a row. They're 3-2 in their last 5, coming off of a 70-55 loss to Sylvania Northview, Donnie.
Well, and that's kind of a product of the schedule they play, kind of typically like us. We want to play the best competition to get, kind of tested and ready to go for the tournament. But no one's sleeping on this Ignatius team. They got a lot returning from last year. They're a year better, so we're not going to sleep at all. We got to get after them right away and get in them.
Well, we're going to hear from Coach Flannery. Donnie had an opportunity to talk to him. We will get to that in just one moment on the Eagles Sports Network.
Welcome to today's game. This is Paul Keels, and you know how much I love broadcasting the Buckeyes, but I also love high school sports. On behalf of the OHSAA, let's all do our part to set a good example and make this a fun and safe experience for the kids involved. I know this game means so much to the players, coaches, and fans, but high school sports are about much more than the wins and losses. They teach life lessons that will be with the players long after their playing days are over. Good luck to both teams, and remember to respect the game.
This is Donnie O'Toole with Coach Eric Flannery of the St. Edward Eagles. Coach, good to see you. Feel like it's been a while. How you been?
Donnie, I've been great. It's obviously tonight must be a really big game since they brought in the big guns again and see your face again. So not only have we not seen each other in a while, it's nice that you finally showed up. So thanks to Adam for being in Erie with us and being with us the last few games. I heard the calls have been excellent. So as much as you're going to second guess me, I'm sure up there in the booth, make sure that you have a good call tonight.
I've been actually watching your goddaughter play some volleyball, so that kind of has distracted me. Plus, I won a raffle to broadcast. I think it was the Wings auction that I won to broadcast the St. Ignatius game. Here we are, middle of January. Do you have enough of a sample size to talk about your team and where you're going and where you want to go?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we've obviously had a couple breaks where we had an opportunity mid-season to practice and to really get a feel for things that we needed to work on and improve upon. I think last weekend we put a lot of that together. I thought we played really well in Erie. But, when you play in this game, you kind of throw everything out the window. We say that all the time, especially for us over here, and I'm sure for them when they come to our place. You got to handle the crowd first and foremost. You got to handle all that energy. So you never know, how your guys are going to respond. And, Ignatius is a big physical team. They're not playing great right now, at least record-wise, but they've been playing some big-time competition. So you take all that into consideration, and I'm just looking for our guys to try to come out tonight and play with a little bit of maturity and focus and just see how they handle. I mean, everybody's got to remember, it's probably been almost 2 years since we've had an atmosphere like it's going to be tonight. And so I think both sides probably need to handle that a little bit, and it's fun, but it's also nerve-wracking because you don't know how your guys are going to respond.
The years that I've been with you, you've always liked going away to tournaments because you always said that it's usually something that brings your team together for the stretch, for the middle of the season and the stretch run. Have you hit that point yet?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, our tournament, in Arizona was earlier than usual, but I thought it was really good. We had just gotten our football guys back for a couple of days. it was almost like a little retreat to get away and refamiliarize everybody with each other and you know, just kind of get that bonding going right away. And then to be able to get away a little bit last weekend in Erie, and like I said before, having a little bit of break where we can kind of get on the same page with everybody. And again, in the meantime, I mean, we've had some unbelievable games. You know, the Akron-Buckle game coming from behind and, you know, playing DeMatha to 4 overtimes, beating St. John's on the road, beating what I think is probably the most talented team in Cleveland and Brush at home. We've had some great wins to this point, so we know we're capable. Obviously, it's basketball, so a lot of it depends on matchups. And a lot of it depends on how your team is shooting on a particular night. And we've talked about this plenty of times before. That's always a scary thing when you're coaching. It's, you know, people ask me, do you still get nervous? Or I think I get excited and I get more of a feeling of anticipation about how my guys are going to play. I never worry about, you know, are we going to execute? Because I think we know what we're doing. It's just a matter of can we put the ball in the hole and are we going to play with a lot of energy and getting back to the crowd tonight. It was a big topic of our conversation the last couple of days is, you know, we're going to have to communicate well on the floor with each other. You know, I'm not going to be able to make calls going away in the first half. Can Michael Bova, who's an experienced point guard, can other guys kind of keep things together, especially in the half court, and run things that we need to get done as the game goes on?
How much does the way the season ended last year come into play tonight? Is it something you like to have your players be aware of, you know, to see how you respond against this team? Or is it, you know what, that's done, gone? How do you like to handle that kind of situation?
Like we always say in coaching, every situation brings up how you respond as a coach, and you can use anything good, bad, you know, indifferent, however you want to choose to use it, right? We talked about this, you know, how the season ended last year from day one. A lot of it didn't necessarily have to do with Ignatius. It just had to do with how we executed in certain areas. And again, what's the importance of maybe a missed free throw during the game? What's the importance of a missed layup during a game? What's, you know, all of that stuff. So that embodied that. Obviously, it being Ignatius that knocked us out last year gives a little bit more to that story. But it's Ignatius. If you need more to hype you up, then there's probably something wrong with you, right? And we know, too, in basketball, it's almost harder to play with a lot of emotion. If you play with a lot of emotion, sometimes you don't play the way you normally play. So that's always a concern from a coach coming into these games, is sometimes guys get caught up too much and they're not the same person. So, you know, going back to kind of one of your first points, we kind of know who we are. Right. Does that mean that's how we're going to play tonight? It doesn't. But it also, this is a great learning experience, win, lose, or what have you, just to try to get better. And once again, we're going to see them in 2 weeks. So, you know, we'll throw this one away and then work on getting better for the next time we play them.
What has to happen tonight? Do you need more possessions? Do you need to slow the game down? Without kind of tipping your hat, yeah. What needs to go your way tonight? A lot, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, we've seen them on film, and obviously I'm sure they know us very well. We know them very well. John Efforts has always been a guy that we've had to key on. He hasn't been putting up the points he did last year, but he's definitely a guy you concern yourself with that can go off, and he kind of, you know, he's kind of their engine as much as, you know, C.J. Little, some of the other guys have the ball in their hand. Efforts is still the guy, but so defensively, we have to be solid. We have to make sure we don't lose guys. They're going to rotate in a lot of guys, so communicating and making sure we don't, you know, we know where we're at. We got to handle their 1-2-2 pressure. You know, it kind of slows you down. And to your point, we would like to play fast. I think they do a pretty good job of slowing the game down with their length and that half-court stuff. So we have to just handle that. I think the team that probably gets off more shots and takes care of the ball, as funny as that, you know, as easy as that is, that's really going to be the difference. If we can limit our turnovers tonight and get some good open looks, I think we got a great chance of winning.
Talk a little bit about the environment of playing here. And no one's that I know has played or been involved in more games in this atmosphere. What are you trying to get your guys to see? Is it it's just another game, or hey, this was important? And I mean, I know all games are important, but what picture do you paint to them about the rivalry?
Well, it's never just another game. You can say that all you want after the game, win or lose. It is just another W or L on your record. But when you look across and I look across, obviously I see half the crowd of Ignatius fans are sitting over there. We know,
Right.
they're familiar with. So, and they're your enemy for one night. So you're kind of staring at people and getting those scrawls, and they're laughing at me when we're losing, and they're crying when we're winning, and
Right.
so it's kind of fun that way. But that's really the difference. I mean, I know these kids are playing in front of a lot of people that they know, a lot of kids they know, not only on our side but their side. So there's just a lot of pride that's involved, and a lot of, hey, maybe for the next couple of weeks we got the upper hand and we can talk a little more trash than they can. And just the atmosphere in and of itself. They bring in their band typically. The kids are going crazy. It's so loud. I will say that there has been a few games throughout our career that this has been one of the loudest places we've ever played in, where you really can't even hear yourself in the huddle. And but that's fun. That's stuff that you want to experience. You hope it's loud because they're trying to get their guys fired up because they're losing, but a lot of times it's when they're going on a run. And that's just invaluable experience that you can't emulate in practice or in other situations. So you just make the most of it, see how your guys handle it, and then show them film tomorrow. And, this is what we have to do if it doesn't go well.
Starting 5, go.
Man, Michael Bova, senior, point guard. Miles Reynolds, senior, 2 guard. Jair Knight, senior, he'll be our 3. Zion Freer-Brown, senior, will be our 4. And junior Cameron Grant will be our 5 man.
Thank you, Coach.
Oh, thank you, Coach O'Toole.
Welcome to today's game. This is Paul Keels, and you know how much I love broadcasting the Buckeyes, but I also love high school sports. On behalf of the OHSAA, let's all do our part to set a good example and make this a fun and safe experience for the kids involved. I know this game means so much to the players, coaches, and fans, but high school sports are about much more than the wins and losses. They teach life lessons that will be with the players long after their playing days are over. Good luck to both teams, and remember to respect the game.
Well, Donnie, as we get set for the player introductions, let's take a look at the starters for our St. Edward Eagles. It'll be Michael Bova, Miles Reynolds, Jair Knight, Cam Grant, and Zion Freer-Brown. And then for St. Ignatius, Calvin Little, Carter Jackson, Brandon Zapaniak, John Efforts, and C.J. Yerian, who signed on to go to Hillsdale College in Michigan. Donnie, the atmosphere, and I think Coach Flannery hit the nail on the head that says we haven't seen this kind of atmosphere in a couple of years.
It's really been a long time. I mean, I can't. We were talking pregame about how long it's been. It feels like we haven't been in here for forever, but it's packed in here tonight. They're not going to fit any more people in here than they can right now. It's going to be exciting. We got to get out quickly, early and often.
We won't have the fire marshal being called on us, huh?
At this point, I don't care. I should say that.
Well, that's what happened a couple of years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody was watching our webcast feed, and they called the Lakewood Fire Department saying that we were over capacity. When you look at these two teams and you look at this game, there is a bitter pill that the Eagles had to swallow at the end of last year when they lost in that regional semifinal by 2.
Yep, we were a tip-in away from beating them, and really played. We didn't play well at all that game, if you remember. I mean, we struggled, and we didn't get many calls, and we missed some shots, but to our credit, we battled all the way back, and and hung in there till the end, and we're a tip away. So you know, that weighs on a player. Those guys coming back, Bova and some of the other guys, they know, they still feel that. They're not happy about that. You know, as a player, you never forget the tough losses. That was a loss that we probably lost more than they won because we missed it at the buzzer. But to their credit, they held out to the end, and they went on to the Final Four. So we'll see what kind of resolve we have tonight from the opening get-go.
And for this St. Ignatius team, a lot is riding on this season after getting to the state semifinals last year. High expectations for this squad.
Well, anytime you get down to Columbus, the next year you get a taste of it, you want it even more. And, you know, they got a taste of it last year, and they think they have unfinished business. They're well coached. They got a lot of great kids on that team. It's going to be a great game tonight.
So as we get ready for tonight's game, as we said, St. Ed's in their last game, they beat Canisius 67-52. St. Ignatius lost to Sylvania Northview 70-55. The Eagles looking to snap a 2-game losing streak to this Wildcat team.
Right. Yep, and exactly. So there's a lot on the line tonight. There's a lot of fans here. There's a lot of pageantry, a lot of old people that have been here for years and years. It's going to be a great game.
This is the 106th meeting between these two teams, and St. Ignatius leads the series 57-48.
Yeah. Well, as you can hear, Adam, it's going to get loud in here.
There is a sudden low roar in the crowd right now. Eagles in their road green uniforms. Cam Grant will be jumping it off. The Wildcats will be in their home white uniforms.
Cheering sections up and running on both sides. Officials are out. Players are at half court. We're getting ready for the jump ball.
They just need to turn off the spotlight on center court.
There it goes. They heard you. Always about them, right?
Yep. The 106th meeting is underway. The tip is grabbed by the Wildcats in their home white uniforms. Adam Mendoza along with Donnie O'Toole. Glad to have you along here on the Eagles Sports Network. The first three of the game is hit. A big one by John Efforts, and that gives St. Ignatius an early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you don't want him getting confident right away.
Eagles try a shot. Cam Grant getting the rebound. Bova over to Zion Freer-Brown. Eagles on their first possession. 30 seconds in the quarter. Little step move high off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Stepaniak. He'll race over with a left-hand dribble. Left of the lane in the paint. Kicking it out. Eagles playing that stifling defense. Down 3-0 early on in this ball game. Working the ball to Yarian. Yarian's long three, front of the rim missed. Rebound by the Eagles. Here they go left to right. Miles Reynolds with the basketball against Efforts. Reynolds lost the handle, regains it through the circle right side to Cam Grant. In the middle, in the lane, in between two. Left-handed shot, short, picked up by the Eagles. Jair Knight got it put back into his face, and it will be...
It's got to be St. Ed's ball.
St. Ed's getting the basketball.
Yeah. So we're working things out. We're feeling each other out here a little bit. Some nerves, everything else. It's a packed house, so we just got to settle down here. We need a bucket.
6:45 in this first quarter. Bova with a basketball, averaging 19 points a game. Getting it tonight. Knight top of the circle, left side to Miles Reynolds. Efforts on him. Reynolds driving over to his shot, partially blocked. Loose ball. On the tackle, on the fumble is Brown. Brown gets it off to Reynolds, to Bova from 20, off the iron, no good. Ball loose underneath, scrum. Knight strips it, puts it up, and it rattles in.
Pure hustle by Knight there to grab the ball, loose ball, and finish the basket.
3-2, St. Ignatius with the lead. On the basketball is Calvin Little, working it to the right side. Jackson getting it to Efforts. His shot rattles in.
Yeah, he's hot to begin, and that's not good for us. We got to get a guy on him.
It's Efforts 5, St. Ed's 2. Brown with the three, and he hits it.
Z.
From 3, 5-5, game is tied.
Still in the man-to-man.
With a basketball is Sapaniak. He'll get it out over to Efforts in between the circle. Now on the left point. 5:30 to go in the opening quarter. Efforts stopping, backing up. Reynolds on him. Off to Yerian. Left in the corner. Shot going up off the glass and in by Sapaniak. His first two. 7-5. St. Ignatius with 5:10 to go. On Friday, Brown had 20 points with a number of three-pointers, and the Eagles turned the ball over.
Yeah, but right now I like the tempo. I like us going up and down. We don't want them to take the air out of the ball, make this a possession game. We got to get the tempo going. That plays to our favor more than theirs.
5 minutes remaining in the opening quarter, 7-5. St. Ed's with the lead. St. Ignatius with the lead. Late defense as Carter Jackson gets the basket, and it's a 9-5 lead. As Jackson gets his first two, he averages 9 a game. Eagles going up against the man-to-man defense. High screen, getting it to Brown, back over to Grant. He's deadly from three-point range. Jair Knight had his shot blocked, regains possession underneath to Grant, and he'll back it out. Across the way, Z, foul line, good.
Soft jumper by Z. We're kind of scrambling a little bit. We got to take better control of the ball.
9-7, St. Ignatius with the lead. Brown with 5 in the game. Efforts getting it off to Calvin Little. Little working on the right side, trying to go in, cut off, gets it into the corner. That three ball doesn't go. Brown comes up with the rebound. Here come the Eagles, left to right. Reynolds leading the charge.
Oh.
Stutter step, no good. Tapped up loose, picked up by Yerian. Go ahead, Donnie.
No, we just got to hit the glass. We got to hit the glass. I liked their last possession. They had one pass and a shot.
Yerian wanted to go with the NBA three, gets it to Little. His shot is in and out. Maybe that Jackson and Camp Grant is going to race it up. Eagles big man racing it up, left of the lane, spinning in the dribble, dumping it to Jair Knight. His high three does not go. Ball loose on the floor, picked up by St. Ignatius. Carter Jackson got the ball taken away, but got fouled on the way to the basket.
Yeah, we're kind of on our heels a little bit. Surprisingly, we're on our heels a little bit. We got to get going here.
The foul is on Zaire Freer-Brown. That's his first. That'll send St. Ignatius to the free throw line.
And all Ignatius is doing, they're running some high screen at the top of the post, and they're interchanging on the pick.
59% free throw shooting as a team, as Carter Jackson picks up the first free throw. Makes it a 10-7 game. Largest lead for St. Ignatius has been 4. 10-7 as Jackson looks to hit the second, and he does. Jackson with 4 points in the game. He's 2 of 2 from the line. 11-7 St. Ignatius. They're up by 4 with 3:34 to go in the first quarter here at Sullivan Gymnasium. Sold out for this Wednesday night evening matchup of the two West Side schools. Eagles with the basketball as Reynolds brings it over the timeline, being pressured by Calvin Little. Handing the ball off to Bova, who has not gotten the ball much, but now he drives, putting it up off the box and in.
Just toughness, pure toughness.
Bova with his first two, that cuts the lead to 2 at 11-9, but coming back in, making the basket, a 13-9 lead. As C.J. Yarian getting the basket, his first two.
Yeah, get a foul on Efforts. They're applying full court pressure. Efforts with the foul. They're getting him in foul trouble. Would be fantastic.
Donnie, is it me, or does the student section for St. Ed's looks bigger than normal?
Looks a lot bigger than normal. They have the 2 sections as opposed to just the 1 they normally have.
13-9 our score. High atop here, a Sullivan Gymnasium. Bova will get the basketball, and he'll be pressured. Gets it over to Miles Reynolds. Reynolds trying to work it on the ring. Now the mismatch. The double team knocked out of bounds by Efforts. Efforts trying to get into the face of Reynolds, saying, no, you're not going to be doing that. But the referee kind of quieted down Efforts a little bit.
Yeah, it's taunting. It's taunting. Call it what it is. It's taunting. We got to play above that.
13-9. St. Ed's down by 4. 4-point lead, matching the biggest. Bova with a basketball, left of the lane, double team, spin, getting it in on the scoop shot. It is good by Wendell Henry.
What a move. What a move by Wendell there, scoop shot.
13-11, the lead is cut down to 2. Double team up top, getting it to Yari, and his three off the mark by a whole lot. Reynolds coming up with a rebound, sending it down the floor. He'll be up at the top of the arc, kicking it out to Bova left wing. He'll slow it up, looking for a hole to pick through. Reynolds now. Eagles down by 2, 13-11. Good double team defense as Danny Lavelle into the game for the Eagles. The sophomore getting it to Jair Knight in the lane. Got the ball stripped on a good move by Buckner. Buckner down the lane behind the back pass. Layup missed, and the Eagles come up with it.
Big miss.
Bova against the big man. Stops from 10 feet. Can't get it to go. Eagles rebound. Reynolds, 3-ball. No good. Loose. And it'll be St. Ignatius basketball.
Yeah, Urian hit our guy, too, in the stomach after he ran by him. I don't like that kind of stuff.
13-11 our score. St. Ignatius with the lead. They have the basketball with 1:45 to go in the opening quarter here at St. Ignatius High School. Sold out crowd. Ball down the floor to Buckner. Buckner into the corner. Big three. In and out on the miss by Shondo Green. Eagles getting it with 1:30.
Yeah, no team shooting it really well yet.
Bova getting the
go,
lane.
Bove.
He lays
There you go,
it
Bove.
in. He wanted to slam it, but he thought better, and he got the 2, and this game is tied at 13.
Yeah, we need to get him going for sure.
Second tie of the ball game with 1:15 to go. On the outside, Ellis. Ball stripped away. Bova gets it for the Eagles as they go left to right as Coach Flannery gives the instructions to Bova to call the play.
Minute to go.
Bova in between the circles, getting it to Dion Solomon on the near side, over to Jair Knight. Left side Bova, sideline Bova in the paint, kicking it out over to Henry, off to Lavelle. Thought about the 3, tried to go in. Good defense there by Ignatius as Henry, another scoop shot and in.
He's just so talented doing that shot, getting the guys to jump to him and attacking that glass.
First lead for St. Ed's in the ball game at 15-13 with 25 seconds to go in the first quarter. 5-second call and a turnover.
Yeah, and then he won't give up the ball. That should be delay a game.
Calvin Little got called with the turnover. Good defense by the Eagles on the 5-second call. Coach Cam Joyce saying, hey, what was that all about? And the official who called it said, hey, that was 5 seconds there. Eagles can extend the lead with 20 seconds remaining as Bova. Eagles calling the play.
I think they did give him a delay a game warning.
Clock is down to 10 seconds. Bova still with the basketball. High screen into a double team. Ball taken away. Bova getting it with 4. Bova in, floats it up and in. Bova with 6 points in the game. And the Eagles take a 17-13 lead to end the first quarter of play.
Yeah, Bova's willing his way for us right now. Last couple possessions, he's had some good looks. But, you know, Hill's play, I mean, just everyone collectively together, we're getting that tempo going that I talked about earlier. And when you get tempo going, great things happen because then they can't get in their offensive sets. And we're trying to deflect the ball with their guys flashing in the middle. So good job pressuring the ball.
Let's take this quick timeout on the Eagles Sports Network.
Transparent upfront pricing.
Only at Joyce Buick GMC.
The price you see is the price you pay.
No fine print or hidden fees.
Choose the model and options you want. Pick your color from our large selection of Buick and GMCs. And that's why we say, drive Joyce. Your friends and neighbors do.
Joyce Buick GMC, Chester Road, Avon.
Coming up, we'll have the Accurate Group halftime report. Accurate Group with Pat Malloy, class of 1990. Eagles leading it 17-13. Michael Bova with 6, getting that big floater to end the first quarter after a 5-second call by St. Ignatius gave the Eagles the ball with under 10 seconds to go. Bova was able to float it to get the 4-point lead. Biggest lead for St. Ed's in this contest. Bova with 6, Brown with 5, Wendell Henry off the bench with 4. For St. Ignatius, Jackson with 4, Efforts with 5, Yarian with 2. And the Eagles get the basketball to start the second quarter.
Ignatius coming out in a zone. It looks like a 2-3 matchup zone.
Bounce pass into Lavelle, 14-footer, too hard off the back of the iron. Picked up by Tristan Marshall. Here come the Wildcats down the floor. Buckner, and to the outside, off the basket, as that shot by A.J. Fletcher does not go, and the Eagles will get it back.
Yeah, well, he's going to make more of those than he's missing. I'll tell you that right now. If they're going to stay in this 2-3 zone, instead of doing a turnaround jump shot, Danny's got to find a way to attack the glass in that gap center right there.
17-13. Again, zone defense by the Wildcats. Lavelle inside, too hard off the iron. And a foul in the backcourt. Lavelle getting called with the foul. Lavelle getting his first foul of the ball game. Still a 17-13 lead for St. Ed's. Wildcats will have full court pressure being put on. Henry on the pressure of the inbound, getting it down the floor.
Can't do that.
Ellis going coast to coast for his first 2. 17-15 St. Ed's. Again, that zone defense. As Cam Grant, baseline 3, no good. Rebound loose, picked up by Henry. He got hammered, and Carter Jackson thought he had all ball.
There's no way he had all ball.
Carter Jackson picking up his first foul of the game.
See, I really like the idea of what we're doing offensively a little bit here by getting, we really have, we're getting open looks from the jump shot, but we're also still able to attack the glass. Get in there, get in there.
Wendell Henry's shot does not go. His second free throw attempt is good. Henry with 5. He's 1 of 1 from the free throw line.
1 of 2, right?
1 of 2, sorry. .6:55 to go, 18-13 our score. Full court pressure. Getting the ball to Ellis. Ellis looking up the floor. Goes over the timeline quickly in the lane, dumps it on the left wing. And a turnover.
Stepped on, did he carry it or did he step out of bounds? I couldn't see from our angle.
Well, either way, it's a turnover.
Right, right.
To our left where we're sitting at, the student section blocks basically from the top of the three-point arc on the left side all the way to the corner.
Yep, the baseline all the way down there.
Reynolds with the basketball, zone defense still being implored by the Wildcats, which has given the Eagles some problems tonight, Donnie.
Well, it's because we're not being patient. We got to get the ball to the middle. There you go, and attack some gaps.
And there's a big three. Zion Freer-Brown with 8 points. 21-15.
Oh, no. He traveled. He lost his balance. Boo.
Donnie, please tell me how you really feel.
I think it's a horrible call, to be honest with you. If I'm going to be, I have no filter, so I'm just going to tell you, I think he traveled.
Brown with his second foul. It'll be an inbound near the forecourt on the near side for the Wildcats of St. Ignatius. Efforts with the basketball. He has 5 points coming early in the ball game. Ball almost stripped. In there, lost, handle again, out over to Buckner. His three, hard off the iron, high jumping rebound, picked up by the Wildcats. Put back, no. Another one, no. Yarian putting it up and in. He has 4. Boy, there are some sky jumpers. As another big 3 hit by Dayan Solomon.
What an answer. Way to come down and answer.
24-17, plus 7-point lead for the Eagles. Outside, Yarian hitting it. Oh, what a sweet fadeaway.
That's his forte.
24-19 our score. It's a 5-point lead for the Eagles. Their biggest lead of the game has been 7. Knight into the corner to Grant. Now it's a man-to-man defense. Reynolds stopping at the free throw line, elbow, short, picked up by Efforts. He'll race the floor. He gets cut off on the pass, and the ball tossed out of bounds by Carter Jackson. No, it stays in. Cam Grant in the lane.
Block. Good
and
call.
A blocking call on St. Ignatius.
Absolutely.
The block will be on Sapaniak, his first. He was not set.
Not set. He was jumping up and down. Wasn't even close to being set.
Well, I'm trying to paint the picture, my friend. Wow. You've been gone for a month, and there you are. You're hammering me.
No, not you, my friend. Never you. Never you.
Cam Grant picking up the first free throw, and he has a point in the game, and it's a 25. See, we have so much fun doing these games, Donnie. 25-19. Grant, on the year, a 50% free throw shooter, had a marvelous weekend in Erie, Pennsylvania. Blocks and rebounds galore. And he hit that one again.
Great kid. Just a great kid.
He has 2 on the night, 26-19. St. Ed's with the lead. Now the Eagles employing a 2-2-1 trap defense on full court pressure. Little with the basketball on the forecourt between the circles. Goes deep into the corner. Sapaniak trying to work it on the near left side. Baseline move. Trying to work it back to Yarian. Low post. Back down low. 3 ball is connected. I believe that was Efforts with the point. That one rattled out. Rebounded by Henry.
And this
Henry with 7.
This kid is just on fire. What happened there? Something on the court?
Missed the weekend as Danny Lavelle comes in for Wendell Henry. Boy, you're talking about some great points off the bench. Wendell Henry, the sophomore, with 7 off the bench for Coach Flannery.
Right, just getting to the glass.
28-22.
St. Ed's back man-to-man.
Little getting the ball off to Ruddy. Ruddy working at the right side. Offensive foul.
You know, I'll be honest, I didn't like that call.
Hey, at least you're being fair this time.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, anytime I see a big guy try to set a screen, I'm sticking up for him because not many screens were setting out there. So I get it.
The foul is on Yarian. That's his first of the ball game. He has 6. The Eagles leading it by 6, 28-22. Lavelle, open Bova in the lane, kicking it out. Knight, 3 ball, no, off the rim. Cam Grant comes up with a big rebound.
That kid's everywhere.
Grant averaging 6 rebounds a game for Coach Flannery. Eagles resetting the offense, man-to-man, high ball screen. Getting it off to Grant, looking to go in the corner, gets it out to Lavelle.
We're good. Patience. There you go. Attack the glass.
Reynolds,
that's all right. Hey, that's okay. We're good.
Ruddy blocks the shot. Here come the Wildcats. Down by 6.
Who blocked that? Was that Ruddy?
That was Ruddy that blocked the shot.
He gets that from his mom.
Efforts got his shot blocked by Cam Grant, and they're going to call the foul on Cam Grant, and that was a 3-point attempt.
I don't know.
Grant picking up his first foul. And Efforts will have 3 shots from the free throw line.
Good free throw shooter, too.
Efforts averaging 13 points a game, and he has 9 in the first half. 1 of 1 from the line. St. Ignatius 3 of 3 from the line as a team right now. Now they are 4-4 as Efforts with 10.
Such a good free throw shooter.
Efforts 2 of 2 from the line. The Wildcats are 4 of 4 from the free throw line in this first half.
Take your time wiping that up. Ice them.
Efforts
There's
looking for his third straight. Hits that one.
Can't rattle that kid.
Eagles are up by 3, 28-25 on the 3 free throws. Ball loose on the floor, jump ball situation. St. Ignatius with the possession arrow in their favor. 3:14 remaining in the opening half here at a sold-out Sullivan Gymnasium. Adam Mendoza along with Donnie O'Toole, the coach.
Yeah, right now we're in a little bit of a lull. We haven't really scored. We got to get the ball here. We need some good defense. Ignatius keeps subbing people in and out.
We had a 25-19 point lead. Since then, we have been outscored 6-3. Stolen by Lavelle, floater in,
Boom.
good.
Boom.
Points off turnovers, huge.
Timeout. Timeout, Ignatius.
So the Wildcats call a timeout. We have 3:10 remaining in the first half of action. Let's take this timeout on the Eagles Sports Network.
The St. Ed's Alumni Association is once again proud to sponsor the live stream broadcasts of your St. Edward Eagles. The Alumni Association acts as a liaison between alumni and the school while fostering moral, spiritual, and financial support for the continued growth of St. Edward High School. Together, we are St. Ed's.
Coming up at halftime, we'll have our Accurate Group halftime report where we will give you the numbers and the scoring in the first half of action. 3:10 remaining in the opening half of play. St. Ed's with a 30-25 lead. The Eagles were able to tie the game at 13, take that 17-13 lead, and maintain it with a 5-point lead now with just over 3 minutes remaining in the first half. Wildcats facing full court pressure. Knight and Solomon trying to put the pressure. Ball into the corner to Jackson. Jackson driving, picked off on a partial block by Henry. Now Lavelle with a basketball in the corner to Knight. He'll stop his dribble. Eagles setting up against that man-to-man. Knight off to Solomon. His three rattles in and out. Wendell Henry battling for the boards. Loose on the floor. Solomon rebound.
give him a foul.
He got rejected on the shot. Wildcats now underneath. Easy bucket there for Marshall, his first two of the game.
Let's go push it, get the tempo going.
30-27, the lead is cut to 3. Eagles turn the ball over. Efforts with the basketball. Left hand baseline shot, no good. Rebound picked up loose by Solomon. Here come the Eagles with 2:10 to go. Bova slowly looking over the defense as he brings it through the center circle. Left of the lane, getting it over to Lavelle, back to Bova. Lavelle, 10-footer, partially blocked. Rebound, efforts again, ball loose.
Off his knee.
They're gonna say it was off. Jair Knight and the Wildcats get a break.
I mean, that shot, 10-foot jump shot. I don't know. Get that shot anytime.
30-27, St. Ed's hanging on to that 3-point lead. Wildcats with a basketball, Little, and Buckner will bring it up with pressure. Carter Jackson will bring it out into the forecourt, almost in front of the St. Ed's bench. Little, the 6'3 sophomore with a basketball against Knight. Moves to the near side, high screen, still has it, looks to pass it off, now stopped. Getting it on the left side wing. There's a shot, that one is missed by Jackson. Offensive rebound by the Wildcats, and a traveling call by St. Ignatius.
Okay. Travel?
Travel is the call. He packed his bags. Bova now will bring it up with pressure by Calvin Little. Almost picked off on good defense there by Buckner. Reynolds to Lavelle. His three blocked again by Tristan Marshall, but the Eagles recover. That's about the third 3-point shot blocked by Ignatius. Bova Left of the lane, spins, stops, pops, off the side of the iron, rebounded by Marshall. Here come the Wildcats down the floor, and there will be a foul.
There you go, Danny.
It'll
there you go, Danny.
Offensive charge?
Yes, Lavelle took a charge.
You saw it. I was
he got
blocked.
there.
And the foul is on.
Was it 22?
So if the foul was on Efforts,
that would be
his second foul. They haven't posted that up on the scoreboard. So we'll give that to Efforts. We'll see if that changes anytime soon. 52 seconds, and the Eagles with the 3-point lead, and Efforts getting another one.
Frustration, that's good. Attack him again. Go right at him.
So they're going to say.
They're going to keep him in, go right at him.
I think they want to check on the foul.
They want to check on that foul, on that charge, right at him?
I think so. Oh, no, the official wanted to make sure that.
There was a light on with the video camera.
I mean, you got enough light in this place, you don't really need it, and it's not going to actually do any good. So Efforts has 2 fouls in the game. So we're not sure who got that earlier foul. Down to 45 seconds. Bounce pass to Jair Knight, off to Bova. Knight, left side in front of the bench, works it up top. Reynolds. Good switch there being made by the Wildcats. Cam Grant trying to back off Sapaniak.
All right, be patient.
Grant getting the loose ball with 24 seconds. Bova's on the left wing. They give it into the forecourt over to Miles Reynolds. Double team. Grant getting it. Now another double team.
I just don't understand.
And they're going to call the foul on Cam Grant, his second.
We got our biggest guy on the floor trying to handle the ball.
Lavelle getting ready to check in for Cam Grant. 14 seconds remaining.
Come on, guys.
Calvin Little with a basketball. Off to Yarian. Little with Bova on him. Little driving, stopping from the free throw line, partially blocked, and that one ends the second quarter as the Eagles leading it 30-27 as the Wildcats outscore St. Ed's 14-13 in that second quarter.
Wait, who scored? What was the quarter score?
The quarter score was 14 for St. Ignatius and 13 for St. Ed's.
Yeah, we really struggled with moving the ball, getting it side tap side, and then them pulling. They pushed us out a little bit more. So they're going to make some adjustments at halftime here.
All right, we will take this timeout. When we come back, we'll have the Accurate Group halftime report coming up next on the Eagles Sports Network.
Attention St. Ed's alumni, there is a way for you to reconnect with your fellow Eagle graduates and join Eagle Connect by logging on to SEHSconnect.net or go through the alumni tab on the school website. Catch up with old friends and leverage the trusted St. Ed's community to expand your professional network. That is Eagle Connect at SEHSconnect.net.
At St. Ed's, students are empowered to grow in their faith, achieve personal excellence, make lifelong friends, and fulfill the virtues of servant leadership. No matter who you are, you'll always be empowered to be your best at St. Edward High School. For more information about our fall open house, Edsman for a Day shadow program, and 8th grade admission testing, visit SCHS.net or contact St. Ed's Office of Admissions at 216-521-2204.
Well, it is time for the Accurate Group halftime report here at St. Ignatius High School, where the Eagles leading it 30-27. Accurate Group with Pat Malloy, class of 1990. Donnie, it was 17-13 at the end of one. The Eagles leading it 30-27 at the end of two, but they got outscored 14-13. And one thing that you mentioned just before the break was it wasn't a really good quarter for the Eagles.
We really struggled offensively. I mean, and it was honestly, I don't know. We were running basically strong to the right side. We tried to reverse the ball. We were, these Ignatius guys are slipping the screen and trying to intercept that pass. We got to take better care of the ball. Ignatius is jumping at every ball fake. So if we jump them ball fake and flash middle, that's going to take care of that. The other thing we started doing was settling for jump shots. We had tremendous success in the first quarter, attacking the glass, getting some rebounds and some second shots, and we kind of got away from that a little bit. But we got to get Bova more involved. I mean, he's got to get more involved. This is his game. He's got to take over. So we've done a lot of great things. We'll continue to do great things and make some minor adjustments, which I'm sure they're doing right now.
One thing that we did see in this first half of action, a number of three-point shots blocked by St. Ignatius.
Well, I'm sure Flan's going over that at halftime saying, hey, fellas, get the guys off their feet, get in your shooting rhythm. Don't be afraid to pump fake and then get to the glass or drive and kick. I mean, that drive and kick's going to be there all night, too.
Let's take a look at the scoring for Cam Joyce and the St. Ignatius Wildcats. Tristan Marshall with 2, Matt Ellis with 2, C.J. Yarian with 6, Sapaniak with 2, Carter Jackson has 4, and the leading scorer for the Wildcats in the first half, John Efforts with 11. He had 5 in the early moments of the first quarter, where it was Efforts 5, St. Ed's 2.
And he's deadly. I mean, that kid is deadly. I mean, if he gets rolling, I thought, oh my gosh, we're in for a night. We got to shut everyone else down, because if Efforts is going to go off for 35 tonight, we got to shut everyone else down. But I don't know. They'll look to get him more involved in the second half.
For Coach Flannery and his St. Edward Eagles, Jair Knight with 2, Danny Lavelle with 2, Cam Grant with 2, his coming from the free throw line. Dayon Solomon with a three-pointer for 3 points in the ballgame. Michael Bova with 6 points in the first half, followed by Wendell Henry, 7 points coming off the bench, and Zion Freer-Brown with 8 points for the Eagles as the leading scorer. Wendell Henry really doing a job for Coach Flannery coming off the bench.
Getting to the glass, getting defenders to kind of bump into him. He's able to absorb that, do his little scoop shot, finish. We need to get Z more involved. We got to play. We got to play through some of this stuff. Play with confidence, take care of the ball, dribble with confidence, pass with confidence. And if Ignatius is what they're also doing, Adam, they're starting to leak out. So we got to get back. If we get a shot, we can't hang our heads. We got to get back and stop the ball.
And you're talking about trying to get Michael Bova in the game. We don't see that many possessions with him. They know his move. I mean, these two teams know each other so well. You know Bova's not going to be able to get that spin move in the paint.
Right, but I guess my problem is that I don't want to admit that, even though you're probably absolutely right, and they're prepared for that and they game against it, because they'll double them, they'll bump them off screens and stuff like that. I don't want to give up on that, because it's going to be there at some point.
And I think you're correct. I think it'll be there at some point as you are listening and watching to the Accurate Group halftime report. You know, if Bova drives and 2 to 3 collapse on him, that's leaving somebody open. He's just got to be able to watch. And you know, Coach Flannery and his staff, they are very good at making adjustments.
Absolutely. You know, and making adjustments. You know, if you're not doing, you know, I think of Danny Lavelle. You know, he missed a couple of shots, but he took a charge. He had a block. You know, he's competing. He had a steal. So, you know, and that's exactly what other guys got to feed off, his energy. Because if you're not doing something well, you got to find something else to do to pick up your teammates.
Now you see Jair Knight, Danny Lavelle, Cam Grant with just 2 points. While they may not be putting up points, they're doing the little things on the floor,
sure,
on the defensive side.
And you're not going to see that in the scorebook. But what you are going to see when you break down the film is that's going to accumulate for probably 10 to 15% of our total points over the game, which could be the difference in winning or losing this game.
Well, the Eagles continuing their road show. They play their next 2 after tonight, still on the road, and then they'll come back home to play 6 games in a row at the friendly updated confines, and you'll love our perch. You haven't seen the perch and the paint job they put on it.
Oh, fine. They redid it
Oh my
redoing
goodness.
it?
Yeah.
Good. Right.
Our perch is really sparkling.
Do I have a lazy boy recliner?
No, not yet.
We're
working on that.
We're
working
going to negotiate that.
We are working on that. As we said, St. Ed's with a 30-27 lead. I might get you a stool.
You got to understand, I got about 2 months of just inside of me ready to come out and talk basketball, so that's why I'm all emotional tonight.
And the funny thing is, Donnie, we talked about this briefly in our pregame. The Eagles have not been home to play in front of their home fans since December 14th with that big win against Brush High School.
And actually, I kind of like, don't get me wrong, playing at home is so nice. But like I've always said, when you play on the road, we have to be more focused tonight. Wouldn't you agree? We have to drown out their crowd, the atmosphere. That's only going to make us tougher for tournament time. So I don't mind all the road games, although it will be nice to have a nice stretch in the friendly confines of the Nest.
Well, the Eagles will play Lutheran East on the road on Friday night. Then they'll take on Garfield Heights on Sunday afternoon in the Chet Mason Classic over at Brush High School. And then they'll play a Thursday night game against Glenville at the friendly confines of the Eagles Nest.
Boom, 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 boom. Well, that's good. I'd rather have those games right in a row now. Let's play a lot of games now right before the tournament starts.
Also coming up on Friday, we've got a doubleheader of action for you on the Eagles Sports Network. St. Ed's, Lutheran East basketball. I'll have that game from Lutheran East. Carmen Angelo will have St. Ed's, St. Ignatius hockey from Serpentini Arena, and Christopher Mendoza will be in charge of the production aspect for that game.
We're just going to call him Elmers because he's the glue behind all of it. He's the glue. Christopher's the glue.
And Christopher is with us high atop, really getting the best angle that we can on the camera that you are able to see.
Absolutely.
Once again, thank you for joining us here on the Accurate Group Halftime Report. Pat Malloy, class of 1990. The Eagles up 30-27. We will take this time out on the Eagles Sports Network.
Transparent upfront pricing.
Only at Joyce Buick GMC.
The price you see is the price you pay.
No fine print or hidden fees.
Choose the model and options you want. Pick your color from our large selection of Buick and GMCs. And that's why we say, drive Joyce. Your friends and neighbors do.
Joyce Buick GMC, Chester Road, Avon.
Well, as we get set for the second half of action, Donnie, what will be the keys for each team, especially for the Eagles, in the second half?
Well, starting with St. Ed's, I think the first 2 minutes are going to be important. So if we can get, a couple of possessions, not give up a bucket, maybe go on a 4-5-6-0 run, get them to call a timeout and stretch this lead a little bit. It's important. If I'm St. Ignatius, I'm trying to take a deep breath. They lost the last couple games, so they're probably thinking, oh gosh, here we go, or whatever. They're fine. They just got to relax and do what they do. But we need to jump in their stuff right away.
So the Eagles will be going from our right to our left on your computer screen.
Radio dial, remember those
Radio
days?
dial, big screen TV, wherever you're watching or listening. If you're in the car, it'll be going right to left on your phone screen, be it an Android or an Apple. 8 minutes put on the clock. The Eagles will go with their initial starters, Bova, Grant, Brown, and Miles Reynolds. The Wildcats going with their opening lineup of Little, Jackson, Sapaniak, Efforts, and Yarian as we get ready for this second half. Sold out Sullivan Gymnasium. We haven't seen this kind of a crowd in over 2 years for this matchup.
funny. The public address announcer is trying to talk, and no one can hear him. I mean, it's so loud in here. Poor guy.
As long as the paycheck doesn't bounce. Bova with a basketball. Let's see what he does as he gets the basketball to start this third quarter. Works it into the corner, trying to kick it back out.
You're good.
I feel like John Michael having to go left and right around the coaches. Into the corner, the Eagles have the basketball. Bova in the lane. He'll stop, kicking it out over to Camp Grant. In the lane, off to Reynolds. Reynolds 3-ball, no good. Rebound tapped up by the Eagles, and Jair Knight with a second putback.
Huge
he has
putback.
4.
Huge putback.
32-27. The lead is 5 for St. Ed's.
Ed's man-to-man.
Knight with 4 points in the game, trying to get up and get the initial tip, but the second one followed through. Little with a basketball. No points for him. Quickly down underneath, and the ball could have been stolen by the Eagles, but knocked out of bounds by Knight and Brown.
Ignatius running through their high post sets, trying to backdoor there, but we had 2 guys there, active hands.
52 seconds gone in this third quarter of play. Little and inbounded on the baseline, getting it to Yarian. Yarian with 6 first-half points. Efforts, foul line, elbow right, almost stuck in the rim. Ball loose. St. Ignatius getting it last touch by the green and gold of St. Ed's.
You got to get that loose ball.
Ten seconds went off the clock on that play, just under 7 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Sapaniak backs it off. Brown on him. Eagles trying to snap a 2-game losing streak. That one blocked from behind, but they're going to call Jair Knight with the foul.
Yeah.
Knight with the foul for the Eagles. That's their first team foul of the second half. Carter Jackson at the line. He's 2 for 2 on the night. He has 4 points. 2 for 3 for Jackson. That's the first miss by Ignatius in the game tonight.
You're the best.
Jackson, his second free throw. No good again. 2 for 4 for Jackson at the line. Eagles still with a 5-point lead. Reynolds had that bounce off his foot. Efforts, lost the handle. And Bova just mugged Carter Jackson, as the referees are going to have to get everybody untangled as Bova.
Good hard foul. Good hard foul. It's a good hard foul.
Referees are discussing if it's going to be a flagrant. Referee coming over to the scores table.
Common foul.
Common foul, and Coach Joyce trying to plead his case to the official.
It's a common foul. It's a hard foul.
So at the free throw line will be Carter Jackson, who missed his last 2.
Yeah, enough already.
Cam Joyce still jaw-jacking at the referee.
He's still after him.
Oh, this second half is going to be exciting, folks. Make sure you got the soda pop and popcorn ready to go for this second half. And that one is good for Jackson, as he has 5, 32-28. Jackson is 3 of 5 at the free throw line. Coach Cam Joyce wanting a flagrant foul, and he's still jawing at the officials. Back-to-back free throws hit by Jackson, 32-29.
Ignatius in a half-court trap. Kick.
Kick by Efforts. And who says these games aren't heated and they're bland and boring?
I never said that.
Knight with a basketball, double team effort. Got the ball stolen,
make a pass and
it.
make a pass.
Grant, corner. There's another pass that got knocked away. On the pass, Calvin Little. going in.
Oh,
and
that's
it was
ridiculous.
blocked,
That
and
one's
the foul
ridiculous. He pinned that.
is on Jair Knight as he came from behind.
Yeah, that's just bad. He pinned that.
Jair Knight pinned the foul basketball on the rim, but the official saying he got on the back of Carter Jackson, who made 2 straight, and now he's made 3 at the free throw line. He went 2 for 2 at the line, missed 2 in a row, but has connected on 3 in a row, and the lead is down to 32-30. Jackson looking to cut the lead down to 1 as he's hit 3 of his last 3. Now it's 4-4.
Not the kid you want to foul.
32-31. St. Ed's clinging to that 1-point lead as they've been outscored 6-2. Bova with the basketball. Lost it. Here come the Wildcats. Into the corner. Efforts. 3-ball. Good.
Let's go. Push it. Timeout, St. Ed's. It's a 30.
This is the first lead for St. Ignatius at 34-32. You have to go back when this game was tied, when the Eagles tied it at 13.
No, now it's a full.
And the Wildcats tie it on a 3-pointer by John Efforts with 14 points in the game, as St. Ed's now finding themselves down 34-32 in the third quarter, as they have been outscored 7-2, a 7-2 St. Ignatius run.
Which is exact opposite of what I said needs to happen. We needed to go on the run, not them.
And this place is going to get louder. So the Eagles will have it with full court pressure being put on. Bova with the basketball, little on him, back to Knight.
Full court pressure now.
Bad passes again, another costly turnover on the lazy pass by Bova. The Eagles in this third quarter, a ton of lazy passes, but Jair Knight, wham, with 2 hands. And that ties the game at 34 on the steal. And that student section for St. Ed's is absolutely going berserk. Yerian tries to quiet the crowd down, and the ball goes out of bounds. St. Ed's with it again.
So let's go. Let's go on our round. We'll get our run going here.
Good turnover by the Eagles as Knight came in and tomahawked that one.
Wow. I mean, holy smokes.
Third tie of the ball game.
Is that consideration for top 10?
Yeah, I would say.
I mean, that moved the needle, I would say.
I think the building was shaking. That was a 4.0 on the Richter scale, and the Eagles with the basketball, 5:12 remaining. Eagles must make crisper passes. Henry getting it over to Solomon as they work it left side. Lavelle back out on top. Again, another costly turnover by St. Ed's. Buckner stops from 16, short, rebounded by Brown. Nobody was going after it, lazy again. And a player down on the floor, I believe that is number 2, Carter Jackson, who got hit.
Well, Z landed on top of him.
And Jackson hit the floor hard.
He did. He hit his head.
And Zion thought it was a fumble at the 45-yard line. Referee telling Cam Joyce that Carter Jackson is going to have to get checked out by the trainer at least.
At least check him out. I mean, I don't want the kid out of the game. He's playing a great game, but get checked out.
So they will check him out see if there's any issues when his head slammed on the wood floor here at St. Ignatius. He'll get a drink of water, and it looks like he'll be okay. Long 3 is hit. Matt Ellis with 5 points. 37-34, St. Ignatius regaining the lead. Underneath, as the shot by Solomon, or Jair Knight doesn't go, but he got fouled. He'll go to the free throw line.
Got to finish. Got to try and finish that.
The foul is on Yeri in his second of the ball game. At the free throw line will be Knight. He's got 4 points, an 80% free throw shooter, and misses on that one. Eagles need to get these free points at the line. Got to make those shots. In and out. St. Ed's getting it after St. Ignatius had last touch. Bova checks in, Knight checks out. Bova with a quiet 6 points.
Is he hurt?
No, he's not. I mean, you look at this Eagle team, the passes in this quarter, I'm sure they're going to go through some passing drills to make them a little bit more crisp. A lot of turnovers off not sharp passes. Lavelle in the lane again. He got the ball taken away on the drive. His efforts easily with 16, and it's a 5-point lead, 34-39, St. Ignatius by 5. The Eagles going quiet with just 4 points in the third quarter. They are getting a little bit uptight and rattled by the tough defense. Solomon, scoop shot, no good, loose, and Solomon was out of bounds when the ball went into his belly.
We need some leadership out there right now. We're going through some tough times. We're only down 5. We got to stop the bleeding.
12-4 run for the Wildcats in the third quarter. Kicking it into the corner. Ellis' shot doesn't go, and the foul will go on Wendell Henry.
I just wish guys would box out instead of trying to out-jump each other. Urian's 6'7", 6'8", whoever he is 6'7", 6'8", and we're trying to out-jump him.
Henry with his second foul of the ball game. Inside, the ball almost lost. A.J. Fletcher into the game for Coach Cam Joyce. 39-34. St. Ignatius outscoring the Eagles 12-4 in the third quarter. The Eagles have really struggled in this third quarter, and a timeout will be called by Cam Joyce as Efforts was pinned in the corner. The only thing you can really say about St. Ed's in this third quarter is sloppy passes.
Yeah, absolutely. And give Ignatius some credit because they're taking advantage of our game slippage. And I don't think it's that we're tired or anything else. I just think we're being careless.
Very careless. I completely agree with you. And, you know, you look at some of the faces of some of the guys in that huddle.
Body language is everything.
Right. You know, it's like somebody's got to light a fire under the backside of these kids.
And it can't be Flan. It's got to be one of the players. They got to have some leadership out there.
And I think, look, some people may say that I'm going to be a little bit critical, but Michael Bova needs to step up and show some leadership.
Absolutely. No one's above being called out. They got to hold each other accountable together as a team.
Bova being held to 6 points. Henry and Brown 8 and 7 respectively for the Eagles. 39-34 Wildcat basketball, and they have the lead. Ellis with a basketball, backing it off. Efforts, 3-ball corner. They're on fire right now. Efforts with 19. 42-34, 8-point lead, biggest by St. Ignatius in the game. Brown had it, lost it, picks it up. Zip pass, Henry going in, partially blocked. No foul. Eagles recover as they get it to Solomon over to Brown, right wing.
Ignatius is playing great defense. They're getting up and down the line. We're not passing the cut. And look at the standing we're doing. And look how open that middle is right now, Adam.
Bova with it on the wing, looking for the screen. Pick and roll, getting it to Lavelle. 3 on the swing. No good. Tapped up loose. Solomon had the putback. And with the jump ball situation, it stays to St. Ignatius. Eagles putting full court pressure on the Wildcats. Calvin Little brings it up with pressure from Jair Knight over the timeline. Behind the back dribble, underneath on a good dish. Blocked by the Eagles. Knight. Wildcats recover. Buckner in the corner.
Oh, he traveled.
Another 3-ball. No good. Buckner rebound, throwing it up and in.
We're getting out of hustled.
Eagles down 44-34. 10-point lead. Biggest by the Wildcats. Eagles can't get a basket. Bova got rejected as that ball was stuffed back into his face, but the foul on St. Ignatius.
I'll be honest with you, I thought that was a clean block.
Michael Bova on that play got stuffed like a turkey for Christmas dinner.
Come on, Bove. Stop the bleeding, baby.
Bova at the line with 6, and he missed it. The Eagles are out of sorts in this second half with 1:55 to go in the third quarter.
I mean, if you look at body language right now, not good.
The Eagles with only 4 points in the third quarter, similar to the JV contest beforehand. That was won by St. Ignatius, 42-28. St. Ignatius leading the series 57-48. Bova, second free throw is good. 7 points for Bova, 1 of 2 at the line.
Attaboy, come on, start something. There you go.
And Bova will get called with the foul, his first of the game.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Eagles looking to snap a 2-game losing streak to the Wildcats. 44-35. Eagles have not played a very clean third quarter. Efforts in the corner, going underneath, and that ball just bounced off the rim, loose and picked up by Brown. Marshall couldn't get it to fall. 1:40 to go. Inside, Grant manhandled by 2, and the foul will be called on Calvin Little.
Well, they're collapsing 2 of their big guys on our big guys when we get down to the middle, hoping that we'll kick it out, but they're just attacking them.
Calvin Little picking up his first foul of the ball game. Eagles regain possession. Bova with a basketball. Off tonight on the wing, inside to Grant in the paint, kicking it out. Z from 3, got it. Huge points for Zion Freer-Brown. He has 11, and the lead is cut to 44-38. Big points for Brown.
Let's go. Let's finish this quarter on a run here.
Who averages 8 a game. He matched that, and he's over it with 11. Buckner with a basketball. Baseline move. Tapped around. Buckner again, rebound. Ball tapped up, picked up by Knight. Off to Bova with 54 seconds to go. Bova in the lane, lays it up off the window, bounces out as that one had a gremlin in there to knock it out of bounds. On the outside is Sapaniak. They work it to Buckner. His 3, no good. Rebounded by Reynolds with 35 seconds to go. Reynolds off to Grant, and Grant got fouled by Ace Buckner. That is Buckner's first foul, 4th team foul for St. Ignatius here in quarter number 3. 33 seconds to go. Yarian checks in. Marshall checks out. Eagles will inbound on the sideline in front of the student section as Knight trying to go in, and he's going to get 2 to the line as they call the foul on Sapaniak. Sapaniak picking up his second foul, 5th team foul for St. Ignatius, and at the line is Knight. Knight is 0 for 1 on the night. Make it 1 for 2. He has 5 points in the ball game. Bova checking out of the ball game. Solomon checking in for St. Ed's. Knight's second free throw is good. Knight with 6 in the game. 44-40, the lead is cut to 4. Double team in the backcourt. Gets out, ball loose on the floor. 2-on-1. Ball knocked out of bounds on a good defensive play by Dayon Solomon, coming from behind as he knocked that one out of play with 19 seconds.
We need some of those 50-50 balls to come our way, Adam.
Eagles down by 4. They were down as much as 10 in the third quarter. Baseline left for Calvin Little. Solomon getting it into Yari and Cam Grant on him.
Around.
And a good reverse layup by Yarian, who has 8 points in the game. 46-40, down to 10 seconds to go in the third quarter. Reynolds will have it. Coach Flannery saying try to shoot for one shot. Reynolds driving. And that'll be it for the third quarter of play.
Unbelievable.
46-40. 19-10, St. Ed's was outscored in that third quarter. We'll take a quick timeout on the Eagles Sports Network.
The St. Ed's Alumni Association is once again proud to sponsor the live stream broadcasts of your St. Edward Eagles. The Alumni Association acts as a liaison between alumni and the school while fostering moral, spiritual, and financial support for the continued growth of St. Edward High School. Together, we are St. Ed's.
8 minutes remaining in the quarter in this game. St. Ed's finding themselves down by a score of 46-40. The Wildcats, their biggest lead in the game, 10 points, all coming in that third quarter as the Eagles struggled in many facets of the ball game in the third quarter, only scoring 10 points. They are going to need to get their act together in quarter number 4.
There's no question. I mean, on the hustle meter, Ignatius beat us that quarter. That's the difference in the score right now, is just a hustle. We need a bucket right here.
And the Eagles will start off with possession of the basketball in the fourth quarter as they go right to left in their road green uniforms. The Wildcats in their home whites, a sold-out Sullivan Gymnasium. Adam Mendoza along with Donnie O'Toole. Knight getting double teamed in the corner, gets it off to Grant. Grant back over to Knight. You see that tough defense as they work it into the corner.
So we're not getting to the gaps though, Adam.
Again, another corner three is hit for St. Ed's, and that was Cam Grant.
Holy smokes.
Cam Grant came into this game 12 of 40 from three-point range, and the lead is cut to 3.
Okay, Cam. St. Ed's man-to-man.
Wildcats working it around, efforts with the basketball, Reynolds on him. Knight getting into the face of Jackson. Back off to Sapaniak, underneath Yarian, little 10-footer. No good, rebounded by Knight as he'll look to push it up, off to Reynolds. Reynolds in front of the bench, 22-footer. Off the rim, no good. Yarian getting a good box out, getting the rebound. Here come the Wildcats. Eagles getting back defensively.
Don't let him out. Don't let him out. Keep him one side.
High screen. There's Yarian as efforts throwing that in. Yarian tried to get the putback. His second one is good as Yarian with 10 points. Lead is back to 5. Lead still at 5 after the missed 3 by the Eagles. Cross-court pass off to Efforts. He'll work it out into the forecourt. Now he hands the ball off to Calvin Little, who has no points in the game. Little, the sophomore, at 6'3". Yarian, the big man, who's going to go to Hillsdale inside the block. His turnaround hook doesn't go. Brown with the rebound. Bounce passing it up to Cam Grant. Grant in the lane, putting it up, got blocked, got fouled. Yarian picking up the foul. That's number 3 on C.J. Yarian. 48-43, St. Ignatius with the lead. We're down to 5:50 to go in regulation here at a sold-out Sullivan Gymnasium.
I've never seen Yarian's dad, Chris, jump out of his chair quicker in my life. He's a former official.
Missed free throw by Cam Grant.
Come on, guys, make your free throws. Let's go.
Grant at the line this year is a 50% free throw shooter. The Eagles, 70% from the charity stripe.
Looks like Bova ran off the court. He must be bleeding.
Well, the trainer is tending to him, trying to get him patched up with an elbow cut as they try to put that antiseptic on it, and he's grimacing. Grant missing a big free throw. Eagles still down by 5. Every point is precious in the following as they leaked out, and Sapaniak gets his 4th point of the game, and it's a 7-point lead for the Wildcats. Since this game was tied at 34, the Wildcats have really mustered up a big second half. Z missing from 3. Rebounded by Efforts.
They have definitely distanced themselves from us.
They have out-hustled the Eagles in the second half. Z trying to get the ball away from Yarian. Clock down to 5 minutes to go. Eagles down by 7. Efforts in the lane, getting it to Yarian. His shot rattles around, and then he has a quick 12 in the ball game. 52-43. Blocking foul against St. Ignatius. As the officials discuss the call. So no foul. They're going to say St. Ed's is called and charged with a timeout.
What?
Okay. Cam Joyce, the head coach for St. Ignatius, with a 40-21 record. For St. Ed's, Coach Eric Flannery, with a record of 491 wins and 125 losses as he inches towards 500 career wins at St. Edward High School.
That's insane.
But
That's
right
crazy.
now,
yeah, right now
Eagles
we're up against it.
The Eagles have a huge hill to climb, down 52-43. It is a tale of two halves. The Eagles played a pretty good first half, but as soon as halftime came, things switched. The light was switched on for St. Ignatius. The Eagles' offense and defense dimmed.
Just, I mean, and we're not getting 50-50 balls. We're making careless passes. We're not getting back on defense. We're loafing back a little bit. Now, I'm telling you all the things that aren't going wrong, but we're still in the game. We're still able to attack the glass. We're still able to get some good shots. We just need some leadership. We got to get it going here. We got to go on a nice run here.
Eagles need to make a couple of defensive stops. That is for sure. 52-43, Wildcats with the lead over the Eagles. 4:47 remaining. The Eagles will inbound the ball near midcourt. They'll set it up again. Bova to get the basketball, little on him. Off to Z. Z working the three-point arc over to Bova, cross-court pass tonight. Eagles trying to spread out the man-to-man defense of St. Ignatius with the long cross-court passes. Eagles down 52-43. Reynolds with the basketball, trying to work that inside. Reynolds cut off in the lane. Kicking it out tonight, back to Bova. Good defense by the Eagles, or I should say by the Wildcats. Down to 4 minutes to go. Reynolds stripped of the basketball. And the basket putback is up after the block slam dunk. Ace Buckner with his 4th point of the game. Eagles now down by 11. Much needed basket. Yerian getting called. That'll be foul number 4 for the 6'10 senior. '16 foul. That puts the Eagles in the bonus.
We could score with the clock stopped.
At the free throw line is Wendell Henry. He has 7 points in the ball game. Henry, free throw line, left, hits a big one. He has 8 points off the bench. The bench bunch with 15, 16 points as Henry with 9, and he makes the free throw, cuts the lead, 54-45, a 9-point lead. Eagles need a stop. Yerian with 4 fouls, putting it up on the reverse layup, doesn't go. Yerian, put back, no good. Battle ball picked up by the Eagles as Brown has it. Runs up the floor, off to Bova. Bova in the lane, no good, and he got fouled. Bova putting on the afterburners as he got whacked upside the head. And the foul is on. Who was the foul on that play?
I didn't hear. I mean, take your pick. He got swamped by 4 guys.
Carter Jackson has 3 fouls in the game, along with Ace Buckner. Free throw is good by Michael Bova. He has 8. He's 2 of 3 from the free throw line as Solomon checks in for defensive purposes for Miles Reynolds. 3:23 to go. Bova hitting a big free throw, 9 points for him. 7-point lead. Eagles need a huge stop right now. Double team in the backcourt.
Got it. Traveled.
And a turnover. Eagles getting the ball. Reynolds coming in. Solomon checking out as the offensive defensive substitutions. Coach Flannery telling Solomon, hey, go sit it right there, because if we need to make you go back in for that defensive purpose, we'll do that. Timeout on the floor, 54-47, St. Ignatius, 3:19 to go. Donnie.
Well, obviously the pressure, we got to pick them up full court. We got to get them to pick up the ball like they just did. We got to rotate, and it's got to be important to these guys to finish strong. You know, this is still within reach. It's 7 points, couple buckets. It's like 2 or 3 possessions. We could go on a little bit of run, make them sweat it out, put the pressure right back on them. We're in the game.
Full timeout called on the floor. We have 3:19 remaining. Leading scorer for the St. Ignatius Wildcats is John Efforts with 19 points. Leading scorer for the Eagles is Zion Freer-Brown with 11, followed by Wendell Henry's 9 and Michael Bova with 9.
Well, we're definitely going to be in the film room coming up here.
It was to the point where I needed to switch colors on my pen. The red pen was doing well for the last 3 games. I chucked it. Sorry, folks, I'm a little superstitious.
Cavs winning at the end of the first quarter, 29-24 against Chicago.
Boy, that's a fun bunch to
watch. They're awesome. It's so fun. I got away from the NBA because of all that stuff, but what a great group of guys.
All right, the Eagles will have the ball with 3:19 to go on the inbound. Bova with a basketball. Off to Miles Reynolds. His 3, short, off the mark. Rebounded by the Eagles. Second chance. Brown in the paint, kicking it. Corner 3. Good! That was hit by Jair Knight.
Let's go. Let's go.
Jair Knight with the basket. His 9th of the night. And it's a 54-50 lead.
Couple buckets, we're back in it.
timeout on the floor. It's a 30-second timeout with 3:02 remaining. Yep, I was able to see our replay. That was Jair Knight with the 3. Knight on the night with 9 points. And comes up with a big 3.
You've missed me, I could tell.
Well, when was the last game? Did you do I can't even remember. If
Brush?
Yeah, it was Brush, okay. Because there was a game you missed because you were ill.
Puking ill.
All right, the Eagles are down by 4, 54-50. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. The Eagles are in the bonus situation as St. Ignatius with 8 fouls. Wildcats now facing full court pressure. Ball almost knocked away, but the Wildcats recover. Jackson had it, lost it, stolen on the floor. Jump ball goes back to St. Ignatius.
Jeez, we need a break.
4-point lead for the Wildcats. As Sapaniak coming in. Carter Jackson checking out. He has 8. 2:47 remaining in regulation. Eagles down by 4. Wildcats on the inbound. Buckner with the basketball, getting it over to Calvin Little. Bova on him, looking for the high screen. Henry there to help out. Yerian, 3 ball, no good. Picked up by the Eagles with 2:30 to go.
Come on, let's get a bucket here.
Bova working the right side, stops in the lane.
Travel.
And he got called with the travel. Triple twos on the board for the time remaining. 2:22. Eagles still down by 4, and Bova gets the steal. Knight back off to Brown. His 3, no good. Rebounded by Efforts. Great effort by Efforts on the long rebound after the missed 3 ball. Down to 2 minutes to go. Quarter number 4 regulation. Wildcats basketball, they have the 4-point lead. Yerian out on the floor playing with 4 fouls. Efforts driving, flipping it up, rebounded by Wendell Henry, the young sophomore. Knight getting the pass as he gets it over the timeline with a $140. Bova with a basketball. Bova looking for the high screen. Bova backs off again. Kicks it off to Solomon. Eagles using some patience, but they've got a 4-point deficit as Coach Flannery calling the play. Knight left of the lane, going in, stolen away on the turnover. Here come the Wildcats. Calvin Little left of the lane, putting it up, no good. Loose ball picked up by Yarian. He throws it up, no good. Rebound by Wendell Henry. Another big rebound for the sophomore. Bova, 3-2. Oh, I thought that was going to be too hard. He went to make a deposit because he went to the bank, and that went in.
Holy smokes.
I thought that was going to be too hard off the back of the iron, and lo and behold, it hit the box and jumped right in. Bova with 12. Oh my.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
And for me, I'm glad I was wrong on that call.
Yeah, right.
Bova went to the bank to make a 3-point deposit, and it's now a 54-53 lead. Do not go away, folks. 50.8 seconds. The Wildcats will have the basketball and a 1-point lead. Foul situation. C.J. Yarian with 4 fouls. Buckner with 3. Carter Jackson with 3. The Eagles still in the bonus situation.
And how many timeouts we have left?
I believe
Got to have at least 2, I think.
we may have just one timeout left. Eagles with 1 timeout remaining, St. Ignatius with 2. Foul situation, St. Ignatius with 8, St. Ed's with 6. 50 seconds remaining.
So we can run the baseline. You want to give up a home run here.
We've seen that happen over the past.
Oh yeah, we got a switch on the screen.
Ball gets inside. Little with it, he'll work it out. Double team effort. Eagles get the steal. Brown off to Bova, right wing with 39. Bova with the basketball, 35, being hounded, trying to go inside the corner. Back out to Bova. Bova with 30 seconds. Bova in the circle, working it to the right side. Bova right of the lane, putting it up and in!
He hit it! He hit it! Got to stop the ball! Stop the ball!
17 seconds remaining, and the Eagles with a 1-point lead. Timeout on the floor with 12.4 seconds remaining.
Boy, that little teardrop, Adam. It was a little teardrop.
Bova with 14 points as he gives the Eagles a 1-point lead as they work the offense. Bova was trying to work against a tough defense of the Wildcats, and he put it up, but we still have 12.4 seconds remaining.
A lot of timeout, and they still have 1 timeout, right?
Both teams with
got
one timeout left.
So they're going to probably try and drive and catch a foul. We got to box out, got to contain our guys, don't gamble, active hands.
Well, when this ball game gets back underway, I am now standing on my seat. For the first time, I'm taller than you, Donnie.
I'll put you on my shoulders.
We want to thank you for joining us for this great West Side rivalry between St. Ed's and St. Ignatius.
Why wouldn't it be like this?
106th meeting. The Wildcats will get it at half court on their side of the floor. Sapaniak will inbound the basketball. Eagles with a 1-point lead and 12 seconds remaining. Sapaniak getting it over to Calvin Little. Bova on him. Clock is down to 9. Clock is down to 7. Clock is down to 5. On the shot. No good. Rebounded by Zion Freer-Brown. And the Eagles come from behind. The Eagles come from behind to win this game.
Holy smokes.
55-54 and snap a 2-game losing streak to the St. Ignatius Wildcats. What a ball game here at Sullivan Gymnasium. When you thought this Eagle team was down and out from the poor play in the second half, they managed to come away with a victory, 55-54, and in a couple of weeks, this one is going to be a madhouse at Madison.
Well, they tried to get the ball to efforts on the other side of the key and couldn't get it. They had a good look at it. It's just hard to shoot it as he was fading away. Holy smokes.
Well, the Eagles win this one in come from behind fashion, 55-54. The Eagles hold St. Ignatius to 8 points in the third quarter, and the Eagles outscored St. Ignatius 15-8 in that third quarter.
Fourth quarter, I'm sorry.
Right. In the fourth quarter.
15-8 in the fourth quarter.
15-8 in the fourth quarter. St. Ed's outscored the Wildcats as both schools dueling alma maters here at St. Ignatius High School.
Unbelievable.
Let's take a look at the numbers in this game.
Right.
For St. Ignatius, Tristan Marshall with 2, Matt Ellis with 5, Ace Buckner with 4. C.J. Yerian played with 4 fouls most of the second half, had 12 points in the game. Sapaniak with 4, Carter Jackson with 8. John Efforts led the way with a great effort for the Wildcats and 19 points. For St. Ed's, Wendell Henry coming off the bench with 9 points in the ballgame. Zion Freer-Brown with 11. Solomon with 3. Cam Grant with 5. Danny Lavelle with 2. Jair Knight with 9. And an all-important good fourth quarter for Michael Bova. He had 14 points, scored 8 in that fourth quarter.
And honestly, we probably wrote him off because of he just wasn't doing anything.
We really did. But he came up big with the winning shot as the Eagles win this one. And boy, he was getting ripped apart by the St. Ignatius student section.
Oh yeah. Wow. Great game. Great game.
So the Eagles have now won 4 in a row, and the road does not get any easier.
No.
They have Lutheran East, defending Division III state champions, on the road at Lutheran East on Friday.
This had to be Akron Book-to-Lesk.
Pretty much, yeah.
Down, and then finding a way to win.
Remember, the Eagles were up in the first half. They had a 30-27 lead.
Right.
And then everything just kind of went in the toilet, to be honest with you. But they persevered. Would you consider this an ugly win?
No, because it's a rivalry win. You gutted it out, Adam. You found a way. You fought. You scrapped. We weren't doing certain things right, so we had to make adjustments. Flan and his staff, give them all the credit. They made adjustments, and you gutted your way to a win. Definitely not an ugly win. It's a big win because it's your rival.
Well, the Eagles come up with a 55-54 win, and you know what? That was the same score that the Eagles lost last year in that regional semifinal.
That's crazy. It's just crazy.
The Eagles snap a 2-game losing streak to the Wildcats. They extend their winning streak to 4 games, and the Wildcats' losing streak now goes to 3. The Wildcats will have Benedictine later this week. We travel to Lutheran East on Friday.
Yeah.
Donnie, final thoughts as I try to get back to my seat. I'm afraid up here.
Final thoughts is here, you keep growing, you keep getting better. You find ways to win. That's going to help later on in the tournament. Again, that's why